They did release the banners. It is Xiangling, interesting, and then Lynette and Fremine? Wait a minute. So it's literally all the House of the Hearth. So we've got Father, and then we have Lyney, and Lynette, and Fremine, and random Xiangling. Okay, so major flavor points for this one. This wins the most flavorful, best, like, everything just lines up perfectly. Banners ever. Unfortunately, they don't really go very well together. I guess you could run Xiangling. Actually, Monopyro, Xiangling, Bennett, and then Animo character, which you could use Lynette and just use her burst as like the VV Swirl. So you could use Monopyro with Lynette, with Lyney. It's not great, but you could do it. And then at the same time, you could do Monopyro Arlecchino as well, if you did Xiangling, Bennett, Arlecchino, and then Animo character to swirl VV, or just like a shield character. So that it kind of works in a weird way. These are not exactly the best characters. I think I'd be much happier for the people pulling for Arlecchino or for Lyney. I think they'd be a lot happier if this was Bennett instead of Xiangling, because Bennett is also a character that both these two characters really appreciate. Whether you're running a Monopyro team, or a Vaporize team, or an Overloaded team, or even like a normal attack buffing hyper carry team with like Yunjin for Arlecchino, or something like that. Like Bennett is used kind of in all of those teams, so Bennett there would have been a little bit better. At least you can get him from the Star Glitter shop in May, so that's something, but he would have been a little bit better there. Fremine unfortunately doesn't do much of anything for this banner. He's either a spam his skill physical damage character, or a hit your skill once every 2 seconds and deal cryo damage character. So he doesn't really go well with either one of these characters, because he wants to be on field, and they definitely do too, and they'll do more damage than Fremine will, so he doesn't, like, outside of the lore, he doesn't really go too well with these banners. Lore-wise though, perfect. Let's take a look at the weapon banners. So we've got her extremely niche spear, Crimson Moon Semblance, and then First Great Magic, which is a pretty good general-ish bow, especially if the character wants to do charge attacks, but the extra damage and then the theatrics are Glimmer? What is the other stacks? One gives you movement speed, one gives you attack, but those are nice. And then we have, Dockhand, so HP, Sword, the only one that we have outside of Nilou's. So that's kind of interesting for some HP scaling sword characters like Layla. Fav Warbow, which is always nice. A Dragon's Bane, which is not the worst spear. Lots of EM, so good for EM Raiden, for Hyper Bloom, also good for Xiangling if you have enough energy recharge. Reverse Melt Rosaria, Hu Tao. It'll probably be okay on Arlecchino. I don't think her normal attacks have any sort of special internal cooldown. I think they're all standard. So that means that Vaporize with her won't be quite as, like, it won't be quite as useful where Hu Tao's vaporizing every single charge attack. Arlecchino's going to do it every 3. And then we've got Eye Perception, pretty bad. Portable Power Saw, HP Greatsword that's better than the Bell and gives you EM. I have one and I put it on Dea for Virgin Dea, so that's something you could do with this. Overall, the weapon banner is not the worst. If you're going for Arlecchino, this weapon's really good for her. First Great Magic is a pretty solid bow in general, so if you are going for Arlecchino, this weapon banner's not too bad. Fav Warbow is really nice on a lot of characters. Dockhands can be nice for a lot of HP scaling characters if you have Layla or something like that. Even a good 4-star option for Nilou if you have her but don't have her signature. And then Dragon's Bane can be useful. The other two are not really that great, so a little bit, like, kind of mediocre 4 stars here. 5 stars are not too bad though. So flavor wise, big win. Value wise, maybe not the greatest value on these banners, but it's not too bad. So overall, the 5 stars seem like they're a lot better than the 4 stars on average. And that's kind of my take with both the character and the weapon banners.